that's just my fondest memory of her was when she was keeping me and Kevin and Enrica alive throughout our travels around Europe. It was great. She would always have a bag full of food, and she always had fiber cookies on her because we had to stay regular. You know, when you're traveling, you have to stay regular. She would always say that. And she taught us how to ration food. Like, if it was up to me, I would eat all the food in one day and then died over the course of the next 2 weeks. But we stayed alive. You know, things worked out. So thank you, Athena, for keeping us alive.
I remember my freshman year. I didn't really know her that well, but I remember saying something about just being like homesick and not getting like food here besides common, because that's not real. And she said that her mom had just made rice, and it was a huge bowl. And she was saying that if we came by to her room, we could get some, and we'd like take our Tupperware and eat it, and return it to her in quote a timely manner. So we walked up the million flights of stairs to her room, to the top floor, the highest room, the tallest tower in Carnegie, and we got the rice, and I went back to my room and I ate it, and I was so happy. And then like I want to say 12 hours later, she's like, "So where's my Tupperware?" I'm like, "What do you mean where's your Tupperware?" I'm like, "I just finished it." She's like, "Well, I need it back now." I'm like, "But," she's like, "Now." I'm like, "Okay." And I think that's how our relationship started. Like we're both very much like, we want this done like now. And I really appreciate that she's very about business and she plays no games.
So Athena, I just want to say, before you go and graduate and do all these amazing things with your life, I'm really proud of who you are and who you've become over these past couple of years. I know we really only came as close as we are in the past.
Enrica, my first impression of Enrica is riding the T, because we live like less than like 2 minutes away from each other in Dorchester. So like it's always been riding the T and just talking to have like really good conversations and from downtown to Charlotte.
My first impression of Enrica was like, why is she so shy? Like I thought she was super shy. She was so quiet, especially in like posse meetings. I was like, why is she so shy? Like you could tell that there was like there was something about her. There was something that she wanted to say, that she had to say, but she just never said it. There was a little mystery to her. But she was really quiet. But I love her though.
I kind of had the opposite impression.
Did you?
It's like, cause this girl, she's sitting there with her fake glasses. Remember those fake glasses?
Oh my god!
I was like, oh, she's wearing these white glasses. She was wearing glasses that are no prescription. They're
No
just
prescription.
there.
It's fake.
So
Phony! You're phony!
You're a big
Everybody,
phony.
She's a phony.
I caught her so many times in posse meetings with her mouth open.
Yeah!
No, it's not that. You gotta lean forward. It's like,
Emails. Like her little happy trails, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Sophomore year.
Happy trails!
Where are we going?
Remember when she like converted to like Erica Good for All?
yeah.
I blame Beyonce, okay? All these women transforming themselves.
She has become a woman.
Damn.
Right.
So you got a story for that.
What happened?
No, but seriously, it's been great to see over these past 4 years. Just like she's come a long way. It was nice to go abroad with her too. Just like seeing that change as it took place. You know, the hardships of being abroad, wanting to come home, but then like, ultimately figuring her place out and just like doing well and just coming back. And now it's like wanting to go to med school. That's huge. That's huge. Seeing that transformation of like, oh yeah, kind of up there to like, no, this is what I'm doing. Like dedicated focus. I'd go so far as to say she's an inspiration, at least to me.
But for me, I feel like she's always been my little woman. Like she's always just been like Enrica. Like she's grown so much personally.
She definitely has more confidence in herself. Very independent.
Yeah.
Very independent.
But also can be social too. At the same
Yeah.
time. Like she can be independent, then move to the social space and be like there and interact with everybody like equally.
Right.
Which is great.
She's the kind of person you can drop anywhere in the world and give like $1 to her, and she'll be absolutely happy.
Thank you for being another, I don't know, this is kind of, I don't know, it's gonna sound awful, but thanks for being just another guy in our posse.
True.
She's just
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gets along very well with the girls, but she also gets
She's been a
incredibly,
homie.
well with us, and we love her. We love hanging out with her. She's awesome. She doesn't judge. She's a beautiful person.
Congrats on all your like,
She
especially
gotta
like
check
the
out.
BLSU accomplishments, you know,
Yes.
lead that. And also like congrats on like, you know, your future in like home and med school and all that stuff.
We love you. You know we love you.
Jimmy, love you.
Love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Okay, so I didn't really know Kaylin really well until last year during the New York City program, and that's when I found out how extremely versatile she is as an individual, just generally. Like, she sings, she steps, she's in CAB, she's in ACS, and she just really loves bringing like different groups together, and I love that about her. She's always like very smiley, very happy. She has that sexy ass, you know, like bob cut that she does right now, and I love it. And she's just very open to talking to people, and I feel like she really taught me the meaning of Hamilton, and not just like education wise, but just taking everything we have here and taking advantage of it and having fun. She loves theater so much, so she watches plays all the time, and I really love that because she took me to like one of the first plays I've ever gone to, and just having that experience with her during the city program and finding an upperclassman that you could really trust and someone who could really show you how to have fun at Hamilton and not be constrained by all the craziness that's going on is really, really, really important. So I love you, Kaylin, and I'm really sad that you're leaving, but everything you've done for me, I'm gonna make sure I do for everyone else that's, you know, coming in and leaving. So bye, Kaylin.
So my first impression of Jimmy was I had first arrived on campus. He was actually the first person I bumped into, and it was really funny because when I bumped into him, he was wearing a University of Miami shirt, which was extremely confusing. I had no idea if he had worked there or if he was just someone who was visiting, and he was very serious when we shook hands, and I was like, I don't know if this guy works here or if he's a student, what's going on? And it's really funny that had nothing to do with the relationship we have now. My first impression was definitely, who is this guy? Why does he have a University of Miami shirt on? Jimmy is probably one of my closest friends on campus. He's very phenomenal. He always succeeds and is really great at everything he does. We've worked together on a lot of projects in BLSU, outside of BLSU. We took a class together where we got to work together, and each time it's really great because we both want to do as great as we can, and he exaggerates things and I exaggerate things, and then it just ends up being a totally exaggerated, exasperated project. That's just the funniest thing you'll ever see, and we'll still get an A on it. I mean, without a doubt, probably someone that everyone should strive to be. I think he has all the characteristics of what it takes to be a successful person in any situation. My funniest memory with Jimmy, I might want to talk to my lawyer before I answer that question, but on a more serious note. So, my sophomore year, Jimmy and I lived together in a double in Kirkland, and one particular night we were extremely hungry. We had a menu from Pizza Place that had pizza and wings. Now this place, when you were ordering wings, the wings were ordered by the pound, and neither I nor him really ordered food by the pound before, and the only understanding we really had of pounds was really by working out in the gym through dumbbells. So we were thinking, 5 pounds of chicken wings. 5 pounds isn't a very big dumbbell, and we're very hungry, so that's not really going to fill us. 10 pounds is very small, 15 pounds, it's small. So to make a long story short, we end up ordering 25 pounds of wings. We were very confused when the pizza guy came because it was just a whole, we ended up paying like $50 for all these wings and pizza, which we never even came close to finishing. But we did learn a very valuable story that day between the relationship of food and how weight relates to how much food you're getting. 3 different words for Jimmy: superstar, a gravitational force, and black hole. Well, this definitely isn't goodbye. Obviously, Jimmy is without a doubt the closest friend I've probably ever had in my entire life. I've had a lot of close friends, but I'd say I've bonded faster with Jimmy than I've bonded faster than with almost anyone I've ever met. We've had a really amazing 4 years together, which I will never regret, and I totally wish we could do over and over again because it's just been hilariously funny and really amazing. You're definitely one of the few people that I would take a bullet for, and you are without a doubt my brother. So I will see you in New York City after we graduate.
My first impression of Kim, and I feel like this is gonna sound really bad, but I thought she was so stank when I first saw her my freshman year because she was always working and she was always going somewhere when I saw her. So she had her I don't know, just set face on where she was going, like from point A to point B. And she just wouldn't talk to anybody, and she was just on the go all the time. I thought she had the biggest attitude, but that definitely changed over the years, clearly, because I'm in her video. But she's not stank, at least not to me. No. But yeah. But she's definitely the complete opposite. She's a sweetheart under all that hair.
Well, when I first saw Kim, it was in Redwan and Prince's room. She was just laying on the sofa on her laptop. She just seemed like so independent. She didn't need any of the drama around her. She was just doing her own thing, and it was pretty cool to see, being a freshman and seeing Kim be her own person, whereas everyone is just trying to fit in.
And this is what changed my first impression of her. We ended up being put on the same train from here back to the city, and they gave us assigned seating for some reason. So I was already angry, and everything wrong that could happen happened. So like a 4.5-hour train ride ended up being like 7 hours, and we were all in the same little like cubby area, and we just were just angry. And then we started talking about like pop culture, hip hop, and all these really ratchet shows. And I was just like, wow, she's like my soulmate, because we bonded in the 7 hours. And we referenced it a lot because it was a terrible experience, but we had a great 7-hour conversation, and we never spoke like before that. So it was interesting to see how like a great bond could be formed from just that 7-hour train ride.
I think she's grown a lot, because before she wouldn't even talk to me, but now we're like good friends and stuff. And I think from freshman year to like now, I think going abroad has really like opened her eyes, and she's more like, open to new things. Yeah, it's been real, but we're gonna miss you a lot.
I don't have any final words for Kim because I know that I'll be speaking to her frequently after she graduates and texting her about the ratchet things that go on campus and just random things that I see and telling her about the new students and stuff like that, and definitely visiting her in the city because that's my boo. So yeah, no final words, just have a great graduation, and I'll talk to you like the day after and the day of.
First impression? This guy's crazy. Christopher Dela Cruz, he was right off the bat, I mean, I just could tell that the guy was just a lot of fun, very energetic, always passionate about anything we talked about. I don't know, it was just so much energy radiated from Chris, and that was the first thing that I kind of picked up when I met him. I met him during HIAP. It was in the summer, we were roommates, and I walked in, and he immediately just like was Chris, the same Chris I know today.
I met Chris through Jimmy, and Jimmy was like, "Yo, I need to pick something up for my room. My roommate's there." I was like, "All right, whatever. I don't mind." Then we got in, and like when I saw Chris, he talks a lot. Basically, he's like, "Hey, my name's Chris. Rada rada." I'm like, "Dude, calm down, slow down." I feel like he talks a lot.
Well, I mean, he's definitely gotten, I don't know, he's definitely, matured a whole lot. We've gone through a whole lot together, so, it's kind of interesting to see the different ways that we think and the different ways we approach problems and things, but, I mean, he's still that same dude, though, the guy that I've learned to love and hate at the same time. He was like a warrior. Just always, anytime there was a problem, anytime there's anything going on, I turned to Chris. He was just a hard worker. He's very smart, very quick on his feet, got a lot done, and it was a pleasure working with him for the past couple of years here.
He did a lot. He went beyond his position to keep everything afloat. I think of him as one of the strongest BLSU e-board members that I ever seen. He's a great leader in all aspects of the word. Him, along with Jimmy, were the reasons why I decided to join BLSU and why I'm still continuing. One of the reasons why I'm still continuing to be in BLSU. He's just being a boss. That's pretty much how I can sum it up. Eccentric, lawyered, and last word. I would just say Chris. He's his own definition.
Well, probably need a dictionary for this one. Passionate, thorough, in all caps. Thorough, and fun-loving. For Chris, man, I just want to say that, wow, it has been such a long ride. We have gone through so much together. Thank you. Thank you for great 4 years. We've had so many stories, so many memories, so many nights. It's been a good 4 years, man, and I'm gonna miss you a whole lot.
I know I'm gonna see you after you graduate. That goes without saying. When you get back to the city, enjoy it, man. Save a spot for me. You better come and visit, and you better be here for my graduation next year. That's all I gotta say, or else.